so here we are, Nitro Gen Omega Overdrive, the demo. And this game, Lord have mercy, it's everything I wanted and more in that game. And I love Armored Core, I love Front Mission, and this, if this is like a homage to that, if this is a head nod to that, if the creators are fans of those games, I feel it. I feel it in every fiber of my being. Okay, so let me know. Can you hear that? Because I should be getting some audio feedback from this. There we go. Yeah. Let me know if you hear like wind whistling. You do? Okay, groovy, groovy. Okay, now I already put mad hours into this game, but I'm gonna start a new one just for you because as it is now, I'm blowing everyone to smithereens, and uh, it's all about the grind. People love to see you rise from the struggles, ascend from the trenches. Hmm, what's a good name? Let's go with that. Quick and easy. Now, the way that this game works is the characters themselves are procedurally generated. So you never get the same characters as you would if you start another game. But the cool thing is they haven't implemented it yet. I was talking to the devs and they said that they were going to implement a feature where you could kind of cycle through characters. And when you get the ones you want, you get about 8. So right now you start off with 4. Each one has their own function. Like one drives, one loads the ammunition, one does recon, and the other one, I forget, but we'll find out. And you get 4 procedurally generated kick-ass randos. As a matter of fact, I really like the ones I have here. They're kind of like trainees. They don't have a lot of specializations, but you can hire other people at a higher cost who have like great stats, great traits that will complement your fighting style. But the thing is like it caps at 8. And what I mean is, once you get like 8 recruits, you can't fire anybody if you see another one that you really really like, or if you just want to like cycle through them until you get the procedurally generated avatar that you do like. So I was talking to the devs and they said that they were going to implement that later on. So I'm super excited to see that. But so far, I like who we got. I like who we got. This blue-haired girl with the white like cyberpunk outfit and the gloves, rocking it right now. Friggin' was it Korra from Avatar over here? I'm digging the ginger-headed black dude. I'm jigging. I'm digging. And you know, COVID-19 over here, I'm digging her too. So I'm not going to regenerate. Let's just get right into it. I don't know what Iron Man mode is. It's probably harder, and honestly, I don't have the time. So let's rock. I love her curls. Yeah, absolutely love her curls. I'm mad about the character design here. Okay. So as you see, we have our little airship. This is where all the magic happens. All right. Um, this is our mech. This is our base mech. And as we progress through the game, you get to afford better parts. You can afford a stronger core, and you can do way more damage, move faster, stronger, harder. Pause. Um, but in here, this is where you go to take care of your recruits. Now you can help them do exercise. You can boost their morale. You can boost their compatibility with each other. This is another thing. You can have like comrades. I think it's called like friends and then rivals, right? And that also has a mechanic in the game. Um, you get all these cool little spaces for. I'm thinking when they actually come out with the game, there'll be more utilization. You can use the arcade game to teach them stuff. Mahjong to make them hate each other, which is a little too real for my liking. Uh, Bass guitar to chill them out. Magazines to educate them. All sorts of cool stuff. All sorts of great features. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Sky Dome. We're going to visit here, and you're going to see these guys who are kind of like fixers. Trauma centers in case you get rattled in battle. Ha, bars. General store. Basic equipment here, and it gets better the more that you can afford. And I think the game knows when you've been leveling up for a while because it starts giving you better stuff. and you have less access to some of the weaker elements. Your fixer knows when you're a little bit more uh, battle forged, because you see like the difficulties here in one skull. They'll start giving you like 4 and 5s regularly, so there's no like pussyfooting around. You can't just be like OP and then start whomping on level 1 dudes. They want you to kind of have a little bit of a challenge, which is totally cool. So we're going to start off with the one that pays out the most, low ranking first skull, and they give you a contract. Let's check out some other stuff. Dude, look at the art. You know what this art reminds me of? You ever, if you've seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where they're in the, I think it's like this desert arc, right? And they meet the older brother and the younger brother, and the younger brother has a comic book and he reads the future. This is like so that artwork. It's a little bit less quirky, but the design, the flats, the dark blacks, totally reminds me of it. His hair is like mine. As a matter of fact, they probably modeled it after me. Like, you know, they had like some kind of premonition or something. Like maybe I projected my image upon them. Or maybe brown skinned guys with white hair, it's just a trope in Japan, and I happen to fit the mold biologically, which is aces. I'm trying not to curse, which is pretty awesome. Blatant plagiarism, and I want my check. Just kidding. Yeah, so here is where you get your gas. You can see that in the top right, 93, and then the bar here is 93, and that is how much gas I have currently, and I can continue to buy more at a cost. But honestly, you don't really burn through gas that much to consider even doing this, so I'm going to skip that for now. The Fool's Inn is where you can get other companions, other recruits, and at the bottom they have their specializations. I forget what they actually stand for, but it's like, actually, let's find that out right now, because there's no reason for me not to know. Is it select? Yes, select. Cool. So, right. So here we go. Here's your character stat sheet. Yuri, looking badass, dude. Like, if I ever have a kid, I hope she comes out looking like this. Like an absolute unit. Monster. So you have driving, which is mobility, of course. Engineering, which I think is managing the other traits, or like giving yourself bonuses or buffs, I think. Gunnery, self-explanatory. These are like your rockets, your machine guns. Electronics is like your recon. And at the bottom here, you don't see it. They have in the trait section, they're like specializations, things that they bring to the battle in order to change the tides in your favor. And then relationships, of course, play a mechanic in it. I think it allows you to like tag somebody in and say, hey, let's swap places if you want to go first in the battle. And then mood, of course, you have to make sure that they're alive and they're healthy and they're having fun. All this other stuff, gobbledygook, you don't need to know. We'll be changing our mech soon enough, and I'll explain it as we get there. But let's get into battle, dude. Let's get into some battle. Okay, so the crash site recon. You gotta find out where that is. Exclamation point marks the spot. So we're gonna come over here, and the enemy design is sick. Check this out. Oh. Oh, they're so cool. Oh, they're so cool. Alright. So, the enemies kind of lay out what they're going to do. Later on, you'll realize that, like, actually, they're doing it right now. So, they laid out their first moves, and then you see one more on the side. That basically means that they have one more move that they're going to do, and we don't know what those are. But we can. And how we do that is we go to our dudes. Who is it? Is it our operator? Okay. I touched my eyes after washing my hands, now I have soap in my eyes. It burns! Oh god, it burns. Alright. Okay, so we have his orders. And we can scan. So what we're going to do is we're going to scan. It says that it reveals all orders in this segment and the two after it. So that means from where I put it and 2 slots after, so it's going to be this one, this one, this one. I'm going to know exactly what kind of attacks they're going to do. They're going to just be firing, because I think these are, just by looking at them, these are ranged units. Shoot, shoot, right? So we know what they're doing, and we're going to shoot again. So we're going to try and manage around that. Let's see. Right now, what can you do? I think we have guns. Yeah, okay, so we have 2 bullets and 1 rocket. And we're right next to somebody, so let's just, let's hit him with the pimp slap, baby. And select the right target. First things first. So as we're making our moves, you're going to see that there are certain moves that you can do, and in the bar underneath where it says healthy steady, that is like what they're feeling. Like during battle, if you're getting your butt handed to you, that healthy is going to go down. That steady is going to be like nervous, and that means they're going to be more prone to accidents, I believe, or they won't be able to recover well once battle is over, and you have to like put them in the hospital. But the 5 is like you're cooling. Every time you make an attack, it heats up your core, so you're going to need your engineer, I believe, to like cool everything down at the end of battle so you can restart without complications. If you overheat, cancels out any other moves that you're going to be doing for the rest of the match here, or at least for that round. So what we're going to do, we're going to deploy coolant. We're going to put that at the end because we're not going to be burning ourselves out too quickly. And then I'm going to have my gunner. We can put her here, and she's going to shoot this guy for 2 damage, and that should take him out. So we got a shoot and a slap. Everybody's locked and ready to go. And check out these action sequences, dude. Everything that you put in there, all your characters do. If the enemies hit you, you see them get rocked inside the mech unit. It's so dope. Ooh. Nice. Nice. Laid him out. Go, nerd, go! Get him. Oh. Light work. Light work. A little rough, but we got this. So, we got to check where they are on the map. So right now, I'm going to have to move to their section of the map, but they're in the northern section. And that's the only way that I can get my range off. Or my melee off. So I'm going to do that because as it stands, I have 1 round of ammo before I have to reload. So our driver's going to move. And we're going to move to target. Then I'll have my gunner shoot. Oh, there's another thing I forgot to mention, and I still don't even really know how it works, but it seems like if you're stacked on the same move that another enemy is making a move on, there's like a hierarchy. So if they move, I think like moves go first, like your dashes, your move to targets, basic stuff like that, and then the actions come after. Like what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to deploy smokes, and that's supposed to give me like an evasion buff, but it doesn't matter if he attacks before I lay the smoke down, which I'm going to see here, and I'll just mark it in my head. And then after that, of course, got to have the engineer cool us down, and that'll be the end of it. Let's rock. Oh, this reminds me of like Power Rangers. Like when they all join up and they get the mech suit together. It's so sick, dude. Oh, okay. So it did smoke first. Sick. Okay. Right, because that makes sense. Like to deploy the smoke first. Sometimes you have these attacks that are like 2 segments, and it's like a charge and then release, and it's really hard to time, for me at least, which one I should be doing. Like, should I be putting the move on the actual segment when everything happens, or can I like preemptively do it? I have no idea. Well, let's finish this off with a pimp smack. Send this guy home. And you can also just kind of skip, because I know this is how I know how this is going to go. Backhand my man into oblivion. Let's go. This is so sick. Oh my god. Okay. So I'm absolutely loving this. Absolutely loving this. Alright, so you see those bars getting filled, those are their skills. With every round, that's their XP. It gets boosted a little bit more each time. And then we can expound on that going into the airship, and then I think you get like 4 moves, right? So in the top left here, you see you have 4 tokens. After every round, oh, these events happen too. They'll low-key like have their own little spats sometimes, or sometimes they'll unite and become friends, and it's all autonomous. You have no control over it, but you can fix all that. You can really manage your characters to be exactly how you want them. Sometimes you just have like these little events which are super cool too. It gives some life to it, I feel. Alright, so the top left you have 4 tokens, and you can use those tokens to kind of mellow everybody out, which is like the first thing I'm going to do. Actually, no, it's the last. Because even while you're using the tokens, they can have events. Like they'll have a eureka moment where they'll get more XP on their own, which is super sick. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some education through video games, because of course, who needs college when you have video games? Especially when you're operating a highly complex piece of machinery like we are. Now this one does driving and it slightly does gunning. So let me see who can benefit the most from that. My driver definitely. I like to have a singular focus and just like specialize. And then after one is maxed out, I'll start doing other things, because if one person gets hurt, you have to have someone to replace them, or they can die. If they take too much damage in their sector of the mech, they can actually like perish, which sucks, especially if you love them. Like I get really attached to these pixels on a very unhealthy level. I'll admit that. Look at those kicks, dudes. I might low-key have to get an outfit like this. Sans the top, but like the elbow pads, the gloves, the spiked shoes. She's too dope. She's too dope. Okay, so we had a little bit of education there. And then I'm going to read a magazine. What do we have here? I'll just double down on the driving skill, because mobility, as you know, is kind of the most important. You can't do much if you don't have legs. Now sometimes they'll have different animations on what they're doing. Like you saw that Yuri, is her name? I totally forgot. She's my favorite. I forgot her freaking name. It is Yuri. Cool, because she's also my favorite character in Street Fighter. So you saw that Yuri kind of had like a successful animation when she was playing the arcade game. Sometimes they can lose, which I think might have an effect on how much XP you get. But if you specialize more and more, I think you get like you get more of a chance to win, because you're already like really good at what you do. Is what I'm guessing. I don't really know. I could ask the devs, but too lazy at the moment. So what right now we're going to do is we're going to have a little yoga sesh and chill everybody out and boost some morale. So any sessions that you do that are joint boosts not only their morale but also their camaraderie. So the two people who were kind of scrapping, I think it was Muneo and Mine, which is like, come on guys, almost have the same name. Uh, they're gonna have a little, downer facing dog, sun salutation, and look at them now. They're super cool. I mean, they're neutral now. And another vent of jealousy. Dude, Mine is making enemies. What's up with you? She's probably one of those that's just like, did you get your vaccination shots? Did you get your vaccinations? Let's see. Okay. Mine, you're causing mad problems, dude. Which is something that's like, after a while, that stops happening. But if it happens too often, I personally am just like, you're a problem child. And I start looking for replacements. But you can't replace it. Ooh, she's about to stick you with that hard right. And now they're chill, right? At least they're neutral, right? I can work with that. So those are my full tokens, and then it's like, it's back to battle. You go back to your handler, and as soon as you enter the place where you got the quest, it automatically gives you your accolades, your money, your XP, all that jazz. And I have 300 at my disposal. General store, let's see what they have. How's this core systems? Okay, so that actually looks like it's worse than what I have. Okay. Orangutan heart. So one thing that I noticed I don't have is like a comparison HUD or whatever, because it would be easier to look at this and see what you have matching up to what you have equipped, or what you want to buy matching up to what you have equipped. And they don't really do that. So I'm hoping there's some sort of like implementation later on. But you can always go here and see exactly what you're working with. So here's my chassis. And this one, it doesn't seem to give me any bonuses. So this is my core. My core is 6 to 1 missile. And 6 there is like your armor. Each piece has that symbol and attributes to your max HP. So we have 6, and then we have 1 for rockets. Keep doing that. Oh, okay. So this is a little bit better as a core because it gives me 2 more HP, and it gives me a reserve of 2 rockets. But it also takes 2 away from my overall cooling temperature. Which, if I have 5, so if I only have 3, that means I can do 3 moves essentially before I max out, which kind of sucks. So we're not going to go for that. This one, the orangutan heart, that's 10. Oh no, I take that back. So it's not cooling. The red part is your cooling bit. The orange part there that looks like an engine, that's like your capacity for equipment. So if you have like your capacity is 20, that means your arm, your legs, your chassis, everything can equal up to 20 overall. So I think that's better than what I have. Let me check my. Oh, I gotta stop doing that. Let me check my heart here and see what I have. So 8 and 5, and the other one is what, 10 and 6. So much better. So let's just do that. So I can at least show you with it looks like to install all the stuff on your mech unit. So we go here to your mechs. This is the hearts. I believe we bought a new one. And this is the new one that we bought. So 5 and 8, 6 and 10. Sometimes they give you more move sets to work with too, which is a nice little bonus. Increase melee range. There's nothing bad about it. Okay. Another thing is, I don't know if you saw, but in the general store, they also sell, oh, that's right. It's RNG, their inventory. So every time you see them, post mission, they change their inventory up. But there's like 3 places you can go to. And one, I want to see if they have paint, so I can show you how the paint mechanic works, which is super cool. It's a nice little way to customize and personalize your mech unit. Fixer, the Gen Rail store. Just video games. You can buy more video games, which teaches different traits, which is super cool. Buy more magazines, and there's like the common to rare aspect of it, so you get more XP, or they'll specialize instead of like dividing the XP, they'll all go into one trait, which is super cool. There's no paint. Okay, we'll do one more mission, just so I can RNG the inventory hopefully and get you guys into the paint mechanic. So let's go to a new spot, we'll get a new quest, we'll donk on those dudes, and then hopefully the stores will have what we want. Talk to a fixer. I'll do a little cheapo one just to get through it. Because the paints themselves, unless it's like a really, really rare color, pretty cheap to buy. So I already have a job? What? Oh. Okay. Sometimes I do stuff. Like I didn't remember accepting another quest. Sometimes I just do stuff. And I totally forget that I had done that, like running on autopilot, which was very scary. Like early onset dementia coming over here. What do we got? The difficulty kind of determines who you're going to be fighting. And if you play the demo, you see they have some really wicked designs for a lot of the enemies. Super, super cool. There's the 2 of them, 4 HP. We'll do the same thing we did last time. So we're going to do this. Increase range damage by 50%. That kind of doesn't help us really, because if I did a rocket, which I think is... If I shoot a missile, it's 3. Actually, no, that'd be great. Okay. So we're going to overdrive. We're going to shoot one with a missile, take him out, and then we'll worry about the other guy who survives after. But I think, see, after 3 segments, which hopefully they don't move, because I think like you only attack the segment that they're in. So if they move, you end up hitting nothing, right? So that's kind of the name of the game, is you really have to set up your players for what everyone else is going to do, which is why scanning is very important. I don't need to do it now because these guys are mad basic, but that's what we're going to do. And then hopefully it kills the first guy. And I'm predicting that we're going to only have one guy left, so I'm going to move to him as the last move there. And for you, I don't really need you to do anything. So here we go. Let it rip. So sick. It's nothing. Nothing. Light work. Also, if you move to a zone where you shot rockets at, you can get hit by your own rockets, which is nuts, but it is something to think about. See, even even with the 50% bonus, it still only did 3 damage, which is whack. It kind of doesn't make sense because like 50% of 3 is 1.5, so I should have done 4.5 damage. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe my math is wrong. Doesn't matter though. We're ending this. So the enemies also have the same stats you do. You see how I have no rockets left. They also have they have infinite ammo, but they have to go through the procedure of firing and reloading. And you can take advantage of that. So while they're reloading, you can move to the target, mess them up, or you can like set up mines, or just kind of strategize how you want to take them down. And that round will follow. So right now I'm going all in. I'm going to go ahead and slap the guy that I'm next to. Then I'm going to shoot the guy from afar who has some 1 HP left. That'll be the end of that dude. Oh no! I messed up. This is what I'm talking about. So I did not deploy coolant. So as you can see, bottom left there, where my character is, it says 06 out of 06. That means I'm actually like capped. So the shooting missile thing is not going to work for me at all. Also, I don't have any ammo. I could have sworn I shot. This is what I'm talking about. This is the dimension. Because I could have sworn I said shoot, not like shoot missile. But whatever. You're gonna see what it looks like to fail, which is also cool in its own way. Just deploy the coolant as soon as possible, and then you, my dude, don't really have to do anything. You have the easiest job in the world. Yeah, see, it failed because I'm already overheating. Shooting missiles I don't have. Yeah, see, now they got rocked a little bit before, but now they're like completely tumbling over. The more damage that you take. Oh my god, do we only have 1 HP left? I've never lost before. You guys are gonna see history in the making. Check this out. Actually, I've never seen the game over screen before. Let's do that. I'm taking one of you with me. Oh, I don't have any guns. See, I'm thinking in the manner of my already saved character about the equipment that he has. I do not have it. I'm missiles, and I got thunder and lightning over here. That's all I got. So, if that's the case, your boy's screwed. But it says I have bullets. What's up with that? Let me see what's up with that. Gunner? Oh no, I have bullets. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, we'll take one out. Why can't I? That's odd. It won't let me. Can I not shoot first? Is that something I can't do? Because I'm not in the same segment. That's interesting. Okay. Wounded and worried. You see how it was like it was healthy and stable before? Now it's like wounded and worried, which she has every right to be because we're getting ready to die, and I refuse to retreat. Screw all that. Let's leave on a low note. My ego won't allow tactical retrograde. So let's get up in person. Move to target. Yep. And then we're gonna go ahead and shoot. Wait. Oh my gosh. Okay, why did it work in the second slot and not the first? See, sometimes these mechanics I really don't understand. Anyways, I'll skip the rest of the guys because we're not going to survive. Boom. Yep. KO. But the other guy has an attack. We're gonna get wasted. And that's how the cookie crumbles, y'all. That is sick, though. Oh, I love the animation so much. They even make losing look cool. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. Sorry, guys. Sorry. And when they're wounded, they need time to rest. And that's like 5 cycles or so, which is such a long time. It's like you have to play 5 different quests, which are like your cycles, and then on the 6th one, they're right as rain again, which is why you need to train recruits in order to replace them. But so far, that was Nitro Overdrive. Sick game. Can't wait for it to drop. As soon as it drops, I'm getting it. Like, I don't care if it is $20, whatever. Like, charge what you're gonna charge. It's a great looking game. And on that note, let's go ahead and load up another demo. Let's see what we got here.